pants constrain 99% of what's designable into a belt. What about a belt changes to fit, to make it a gun belt? Like the heavy dutiness of the weight, the thickness of it. Not necessarily the, dimension this way, but kind of like the material and the thickness of it. And so the objective here is we're causing concealment by forcing the gun to conform to the body, right? We want the gun to be in the envelope of space between the torso and the garment. And we want to constrain it into that space enough that we get the most possible out of that envelope of drape. If the belt, as far as inside the waistband carry goes, if the belt doesn't conform to your body, is it going to make concealment? Right? How many of these gun belts do you buy that are round forever? They're like a wagon wheel. They're like a barrel strap, right? They're never going to be your shape. And I've seen so many people that are like, well, I bought the best holster I possibly could, and everyone told me this is the best gun belt, and I'm fit, I'm lean, how come this is so uncomfortable? And when I see what they're doing, they'll lift up their shirt, and the belt will make a bridge from hip to hip in such a way that the gun is essentially floating in space, and that the top heaviness of the gun rotates out and the muzzle rotates inward, and it's not being constrained to the body. And I say, okay, I want you to go into your closet, go to the back of your closet, pick the floppiest, oldest, cheapest belt that you possibly can that you would never use for concealed carry under any circumstances, and try that out. And this thing's, it's like a noodle, right? And they put it on, and wouldn't you know it, their lower back pain is gone, the muzzle pain from the gun is gone, it's conforming to their body, it's not printing, and they can wear it all day. Now, in that particular circumstance, their belt is worn out enough that it doesn't constrain the gun from moving vertically when they draw it. But in terms of inside the waistband carry, restraining the vertical movement of the gun during the draw is really all you need. Like, as long as the belt is stiff enough in this direction, the rest of it doesn't need to be a gun belt. If you're carrying outside the waistband, and
a little more substance than this,
and the compression, so when you're carrying inside the waistband, the gun is supported by your body and the belt compression against it. When you're carrying outside the waistband, all of the mass of the gun is dangling off of your belt. In that case, I would recommend a belt that doesn't deflect a lot in order to restrain the mass of that gun. But for inside the waistband carry, I mean, like, I haven't worn a proper gun belt for inside the waistband carry in forever, and I haven't run into any problems with it, and it's only more comfortable and it's only more concealable. So, for example, this is the belt that if I carry with a belt, it's like this. Look, it's completely, totally floppy, and it's stiff in this dimension. It's leather. I cannot crush it vertically, but like, no one would say this is the best gun belt in the world. But for inside the waistband carry, I think it's about as good as it can get. And we just made it at home.